Hey y'all, I am so tired. And I know I said I was going to make another video talking about my journey into um, becoming pregnant and trying and all that. And I did make a video and I attempted to start editing it and I just was not satisfied. I was like, I don't like this one. And now I'm at the point where I'm just like, I don't got the time for that. So I'm going to try to keep it short and give you some updates and also tell you quickly, try to do it quickly because I can be long-winded, just being honest. What led me to, this part of my life. So most of my life, I remember wanting to be a mom, looking forward to be a mom. When I was younger and like my teens, it was more of like this rebellious way of like, can't wait till I'm a mom, I'm gonna do it different type of vibe. And I matured out of that way. It was a long process, very long process, rooted in like, a lot of pain and judgment, needs not being met, and just even arrogance, thinking I could do it better than my mom. And I had to go through a whole process of realizing like you could never sit down, don't even try it. Like, who do you think you are? And so that whole process led me to fall so deeply in love with my mom. And if you know me, I talk about this all the time, remembering reverence for the mother. Very passionate about that. So it's a process that I went through like naturally. Just really falling in love with my mom, checking myself about narratives that I created about her, opinions and judgments that I had of her as an individual and as my mom. Well, mainly as my mom, because like we know our parents mainly as our parent and not really as who they are. And so that was a part of the process. I had to really try to get to know my mom, and even in ways that wasn't available to me, just open myself up to that. Like, I don't know the details, all the details of who this woman was prior to being my mother, prior to being a mother. So anyway, that was a long process. It really helped me to fall in love with my mom, lighten the burden of, pain, resentment, grief, all that I had towards her or from our relationship. And I'm thankful, like so thankful for that. What else? I'm tired. And it helped to form a better relationship with myself, with my idea of becoming a mother. But outside of that, I dealt with some other challenges and struggles as far as like motherhood. There's like this weird, I don't like it, fuzziness or something. As far as like motherhood and the idea of becoming a mom and stuff like that. I experienced something traumatic when I was late teens, early 20s, surrounding motherhood. And that led me to develop a neurosis around and a desperation around motherhood. And it wasn't until 2022 that I finally resolved it. And I mean, I don't say that like, check, it's done, it's resolved. It's still a process. It's gonna come and revisit me. And, I'm always gonna go through, because I experienced this. So I'm always going to be able to revisit it and feel the pain and grieve and be thankful for where I am now. But I went through a process of acknowledging it, questioning, just a healing process around that topic, and like trying to understand where my desperation came from, why, just all the whys, the whats, and just trying to figure it out and navigate through that. And I had gotten really deep into it, and like, I mean, I say 2022, because there was like residual parts of that struggle that I had. So I have been in a relationship with Caesar for a couple years, like several years. I think like 5 years, 4 or 5 years, going on 5 years, I believe. And when we got together, it was very clear, and like there was no wonders or like anything like that, like about like if we both wanted to have children. Dang, I'm fumbling over my words. So it was basically clear when we got into a relationship that we both wanted to be parents. We shared that, like, yeah, I always wanted to be a parent. He told me a story about when he was younger, and he was like, I can't wait to be a dad. And I was like, oh yeah, I used to say I can't wait to have my grandma and stuff like that. So we knew we weren't like right off the bat trying to have children, but we did know that, you know, if we were to be together long term, that becoming parents was something that we both wanted. So yeah, when the time came and we talked about it, and we began to try and make it like an intentional effort to conceive, it activated a different level of the like neurosis that I didn't know that I had in me, because I was like hyper fixated on, am I pregnant? Am I pregnant? Is that a symptom? Is this a symptom? And like chronically taking pregnancy tests, and like I would hold it up to the light, like, is this a negative? Is there a faint line? Because I know faint lines is a thing. And like it was just taking a toll on my mental health. I was like tracking stuff, and I think a year went by. And within that year, some things had happened with people that I know personally. People make comments to me, ask me questions. What do you mean? Why hasn't it happened yet? It's not going to happen because X, Y, and Z. You got to do this, this, and that first. You got to accept this, and then that'll happen. And it was so much, and it made me like feel pretty inadequate as a woman. And people would suggest that I may have like infertility issues. Even when I got pregnant, like some people were like, are you sure? Do you want to be? I was just like, yes, I'm sure. Anyway, so there was a lot that was like eating away at my, what is it called? My conscience, I guess. And it was making me feel kind of like inadequate, and it just wasn't helping the process. On top of the fact that years prior, I got into birth work and learning a lot about women's health, as far as birth and pregnancy and labor, and being a support partner. I started doula training, didn't finish, by the way. I started midwifery school, didn't finish, by the way. But loved them both, and I fell in love with this, and I kind of became known for like having that type of knowledge and passion. And I gotta be honest that not being a mother, like I can acknowledge it now, that like not being a mother is something that really held me back in that community, in that arena. That was another part of me that felt inadequate. I felt like I wasn't qualified to, like, a lot of the women within that community were already mothers, and I felt like rightfully so they were in this community because they experienced it and they wanted, to play a part. And like it felt like tradition in some way of like passing it down, paying it forward as a mom. And I just came with like this passion for it. Like, I want to be there. Like, I want to support women. I want to, like, but I didn't have the experience as like an actualized biological mother. And it made me feel like inadequate and underqualified, and it really was taking, like I was not confident showing up. So I think that really hindered my growth and my ability to put myself out there a lot. Who knows? We'll see what happens now that I'm out to be. But yeah, so that was that. So let me hit y'all with the while I figure out what I'm trying to think about. Figure out what I'm trying to say. So yeah, that happened, and all along this process, I did a lot of praying, I did a lot of journaling, I did a lot of what I call journeying, where it's like I try to go deep into myself and ask myself the type of questions that is going to provoke truth from me, where I can finally extract something profound, and like kind of like bing, like hit something where I'm just like, aha, like have a moment. So I did that a lot, and the process of me trying to get pregnant was one of the final straws that really, really helped me. I finally got to a place where I was like, enough. I don't want to wreck my brain. I don't want to cause stress in my relationship. I don't want to feel like, let this define me. And I let it go, and I gave it to God, to the Creator, the Most High. I was like, listen, I'm a woman who I love all things natural. And if God wants, if God grants me the opportunity to be a mother, to become pregnant, that's a blessing. And if I'm not given that opportunity, my life is still a blessing. And I still have things to offer. And I'm still whole. And I'm not undefined because I'm not a mother. Like I still have purpose and all that. And I had to really give myself that type of pep talk. And I was like, I'm done stressing myself about it. I deleted the apps. I stopped buying pregnancy tests. The ones that I did have, I gave to Caesar. I was like, do something with these. I'm not doing this anymore. And like, I stopped. Like, I stopped being so watchful of my body, of my symptoms. And I just tried to be calm about it. And I tried to fall in love more in my relationship and not let that cause stress. Because when you stress, it's probably not a good thing for becoming pregnant. Anyway, so I went through that process, and I'm telling you, when they say, let go and let God, let go and let God. They know what they were talking about when they said that, because that's what I did. And months later, I got pregnant, and it was perfect because like I wasn't expecting it. I had totally put it to the side. I don't know how I was able to do that, but I put it to the side. And when I got pregnant, it was because Caesar asked me, because I had a dream. Like I told you, I had a dream. And then Caesar asked me, when's your period due? And I was like, I don't know. I haven't even been checking the app. And I go and I look at that app, and I see that it's late, that my period is late. And I'm just like, that's weird, funny. Like my period has been late like 2 days. Not late, but you know, it changes. And so I'm just like, that's weird. I forgot how many days it was late, but it was late. And I was like, and it was so late that I was like, I need to take a test, because it was like, I was like, I need to take a test. Like it's, and he's like, no, don't take a test. And I'm just like, okay. And when he left, I took a test and it was positive. And I was just like, oh my God, it's positive. Like I didn't believe it, because like I said, I've taken many tests before, and I'm like, is it a faint line? Is it? But it was clearly a line. It was faint, but it was clearly a line. And yeah, that's what happened. And now I am 30 weeks on Sunday. Today is Saturday, June, I don't know what, 2nd? I don't know. But I will be 30 weeks on Sunday, and my pregnancy has been a breeze. I'm so thankful I have not been hit with all the negative or unpleasant symptoms that people talk about, like, excessive nausea or vomiting, food aversions, can't keep things down. That didn't happen to me. Yeah, my body's changing, it's growing. I'm so thankful for my body's ability to grow a human and keep it safe. And I'm so thankful that this baby is still here with me and growing and moving. It's doing much more than kicking now. It's like grinding and rubbing up on me and adjusting and stretching. It's so different. I can tell how much space is being taken up within my womb now compared to like the first and the second trimester. So we have a baby shower coming up June 25th. I'm excited about that. Shout out to Gracie for organizing and hosting a baby shower for us. I'm very thankful. Yeah, I guess I experienced my first like Mother's Day. I guess I don't know what the rule is on Mother's Day. Like that was kind of a little like a thing. I'm like, is Mother's Day for mothers and mothers to be, or is Mother's Day for established mothers? Like, do you have to have already given birth to celebrate Mother's Day? I don't know the rules, but I celebrated. I was celebrated, and I am thankful, and I was thankful for all the love I received. The lady at my job made me cry. I was not expecting that. She made me something and brought me like a balloon, and I forget what else she bought me, but like she made me cry because I was like, oh my God, that's my baby. So yeah, lots of crying. That's one of my main symptoms of this pregnancy is like emotions. Like I'm like crying and much more in touch with like my emotions and my feels, and I'm so thankful for that. And the leg cramps, they still haven't gone, y'all. I don't get them as much, but it's something different. I don't know. So I'm trying to think anything else. We're at 17 minutes and I'm not editing this video. Not doing it. So I'm in the final stretch. I'm in my 3rd trimester. All I want to do is just be comfortable and rest, to be honest. But I have lots of things to do. We're moving, baby shower. I had family visit last week. Family's gonna be visiting again right before the baby shower, for the baby shower. We're going to the beach a couple times, have a yard sale coming up. So it's a lot happening. Yeah, a lot to do, a lot to adjust to. I am nervous. Yes, I'm nervous. I'm not nervous about birth. I'm not nervous about like labor or anything like that. I'm nervous about like the like emotional aspect and like the ins and outs of like I can't, like just being a parent, what that takes, all the compromise, all the communication, all the doings of it. I'm just like, oh my God, that's the scary part for me. So the baby's moving like crazy right now. It's kind of uncomfortable, but I know it's my baby. I think I'm gonna let y'all go. Yeah, I think that's what I'm gonna do. And I got food in the oven, so I need to go check on that. But yeah, I'll try to make more updates. I guess I shouldn't have said that. I shouldn't have said that. We'll see. Peace, y'all.